I am Metal. I'm part of the Nolus team and I'm doing product development here. I'm working closely with our talented dev team, helping out with things like liquidation, governance, or conceptualizing new ideas for extending the protocol's offerings. I joined this team 2 years ago when it was first conceptualized, so I have been part almost since the beginning.
Tell me more about the cool feature. The position remains unliquidated.
Also, the so-called application-specific blockchain, which means that it has its own blockchain network on top of which a single smart contract protocol lives, and that smart contract protocol is the Nolus lending market. Unlike other lending markets out there, with Nolus, you get lenders and borrowers. In the case of lenders they originally could provide only stable coins and various pools that we have, and could earn back in rewards in the form of stable coins and NLS incentives on top. Whereas the borrowers, and here is the interesting aspect of Nolus, borrowers can they basically provide a deposit, and they can borrow up to 150% of that deposit's value. So this is different from, let's say, other lending solutions out there like Aave, Compound, or the respective ports, where you provide a collateral there and you can borrow at most, let's say, 70 or 80% of your collateral's value. And here on Nolus, you can borrow more than that. And what the system does in the background is that it parks both the deposit that the borrower provides and the loan that the system provides from those stablecoins pool that I mentioned. And it uses cross-chain technology of the Cosmos ecosystem, like with IBC and interchain accounts, to transfer those assets to a supported network, let's say Osmosis or Neutron, which are the two supported networks that we have now. And then the system swaps those assets to desired asset on an integrated exchange there, which is Osmosis, the Osmosis decentralized exchange, or Astroport is the main DEX on Neutron, respectively. And this opens kind of a cross-chain margin long position on that specific asset. And now, since to your question, since both the deposit and the loan act as collateral at the end, due to the fact that all assets that are obtained, they are in fact the collateral itself. The liquidation threshold is much lower when you compare with the same parameters on, let's say, Aave or Compound. It kind of guarantees
Who is a user? It's like institutional people or just retail?
For the time being, I would say it's retail Cosmos familiar users, because Nolus is currently integrated with two Cosmos chains, Osmosis and Neutron. But yeah, the goal is to kind of also expand Nolus to other ecosystems and to tap into the liquidity there and the user base there, and continue to improve the overall UX, such that basically institutions will also be able to enter. But this also kind of depends on the overall liquidity that you're tapping into. So currently it's small system.
How many people are in your company? And I would like to know, you made right now around $100,000 in fee. It's like per year or total?
I think you're referring to the revenue, right? To the revenue accumulated until the protocol has launched. So start with this question. So borrowers on Nolus, they are paying when they open their borrow positions, they are paying interest for having those positions open, and most of that interest goes to the lenders as a real yield to them, and the portion goes to the protocol, which performs the buybacks. So that is basically this statistic that you're referring to, I guess, and that's been since the launch of the Nolus protocol last year. I believe the money market is June. But yeah, in terms of like a team, we are around I think 16 people, most of whom are developers. So yeah.
100,000 it's not too much actually, and I little bit scared about your future. So have you raised some money? And if you raise some money, how much is it? And if not, are you going to raise some?
First of all, this revenue is going 100%. Not it's going 100% as a buyback to the NLS token. So it doesn't go like to the team as revenue. The team is only contributing to building this decentralized protocol. And yeah, like we've had a seed round completed. So it's like it was for $1.5 million. So yeah, we have like this seed round is
When
it's up to 2.5 million, and this is sufficient to kind of allow us to finish our roadmap that we have shared.
Let's conclude. So you have raised 2.5 million.
Yes, exactly.
But how are you gonna to earn more? What do you think your project needs to do to become more popular?
The goal is to, as I mentioned earlier, is to expand Nolus to other ecosystems as well, not only like restrict itself to the liquidity that is on Cosmos, but to also tap into other ecosystems, other assets there. So that like this would broaden basically the offering to the users. So other users from those ecosystems would be able to also utilize the powerful features of Nolus. And at the end of the day, for Nolus, it matters open interest and active people utilizing the protocol, borrowers coming and raising the utilization threshold. So that's it. All boils down to that, and we are like committed to building a project that basically have all those nice features both on the UI front and on the smart contract front to offer to the users.
You said you have a lot of plans, yeah? So you have a lot of plans to be in the other chain. So for example, when are you going to be in other chain? When?
Our dev team is currently actively researching on that front in terms of different avenues for expanding the protocol to other ecosystems. We have released the roadmap for this year, and this kind of this component is part of that roadmap for this year. So the Q4, I guess we'll be looking forward to seeing that.
Okay, let's talk about nowadays. How many people visit Nolus every day? Where can I check detailed statistic on Nolus?
So we are kind of looking into like two distinct user groups. First of all, if you if we are looking at simply wallets that are like staking or using or transferring, this can be like publicly visible on, let's say, cool website like Map of Zones. And we also have like our internal statistics more or less for monthly users, so to speak. And for those, we are tracking users who are actively like utilizing the DeFi protocol, whether it be they're like lenders or borrowers who have like opened or closed positions. And in the last months, with like the overall market sentiment, those numbers like went down compared to, let's say, the peak, which was December, January, February, March. Those were like the most active, I would say, months. And after March, the numbers of the users went down with the overall market sentiment. So our job is to kind of make sure that we are ready for the next wave of users that will join with improving market conditions and to offer them many more choices than they had when the markets were last green. So
But just in case, when market is red, is really red, like bloodbath, yeah, you earn money when somebody liquidated.
No, we don't profit from liquidations. Actually, yeah, it's unlike other systems, we don't directly profit from liquidation. It's just that actually in our case, the loan to value ratio is much more favorable for borrowers compared to other lending markets out there, and basically the system still have this gap, safety gap, or which kind of which as liquidation happens, it needs to be able to react and swap the assets to kind of pay back the lenders. We don't have a revenue. We don't have a revenue.
I didn't hear you. How many people visit Nolus every day?
Basically, we have a monthly statistic. So for the last months, we have around 400 users, active users, and in the peak, it was around 1,000 in December, January. So so those are users that are strictly using the DeFi protocol. This is what's most interesting for us. Of course, there are other users out there who are simply staking on the blockchain or transferring assets. We don't track that. We track more real DeFi activity.
Let's talk about your token more closely. Yeah. So, are you thinking about to use interchain security? And tell me more about your token. What is the value of token? All we need to know.
So, in terms of interchain security, to be honest, we haven't seen some big benefits in using it so far. So we wanted to wait a bit on that front and see how other protocols, let's say, or chains like Neutron or Stride are kind of doing so far with interchain security before we decide to whether we want to go into that route. As for the token itself, so the token is first of all, it's a native token of the blockchain. It's used for paying gas fees on the chain or governance participation, and and is also subject to this the buyback mechanism that we have with the lending market itself and the utilization there. And we also plan to work on other benefits that are tied to the lending market itself. So this will be likely a focus beginning of next year. Yes.
You often said about Buyback. How much money approximately you spend for Buyback each month?
I would say right now it's around 3 or 4K, which was much during peak market. It was three times more. So yeah, it's lenders are borrowers. They pay around, let's say, 15 or so. I believe right now it's even less than that. It's 12% APR for their positions, out of which 4% of 8% goes to lenders and 4% goes to this buyback. So it really depends on how much active loans you have in the system, and those loans they kind of 4% in interest goes to the buyback mechanism and performs it. So the more loans the system have, the larger this buyback would be, and the larger, yeah.
So if I stake my Nolus, I get Nolus, and do you share your revenue protocol for stakers or not? I didn't catch it.
For stakers specifically, not for this buyback is for now it's for all basically NLS followers, because you're doing a market buyback of the token itself, so it's not specifically for stakers. But as I mentioned, we'll be working on a system to kind of incentivize also additionally stakers with some real yield from or benefits in the lending market.
What are you guys doing for better marketing, for example?
So yeah, we're kind of trying different things out constantly, like on that front. So we, for example, like one initiative that we had recently is this charity campaign that kind of we pick 5 familiar traders in Cosmos to kind of good traders to utilize the protocol with 10K total until the end of December, I believe, was this year. So while they're the goal is for them to use the protocol and make that initial balance much higher, so that the whole amount afterwards can be donated to that to a cause, to charity. So in that way, you're still doing something good while you're in the meantime you're showcasing the powerful features of the protocol itself. You're also trying to tap into various local communities of traders, let's say, who simply want to let's say leverage more conservatively and make use of powerful features that Nolus offers. Otherwise, our community is mostly focused in Discord and Twitter, and we also have a Telegram, and we're trying to kind of come up with various interesting activities to kind of keep them interested. But it kind of also depends on the overall market sentiment. Of course, if the market are green, you have many more users, so the activity spikes naturally. Then, even without much influence on our side, I guess.
Let's talk about example, okay? So try to explain it in pure English, like I'm 5, yeah? So, for example, I come to a server, to the Nolus protocol, and put $1,000 and earn interest around 6% per year or 9%. I don't care. Just let's talk about 10%. 10%, for example. I get this interest in what? In Nolus or in USD dollars?
So if it's on Nolus, you have real yield interest, which is I believe currently it's 4 or 5%, 4%, and we have additional NOS incentives as well, which are 11% at the moment. So total it's 15%. So if you you provide $1,000, 4% of those $1,000 is 40, which you would get in dollars, in USDC more specifically. And the rest 11, in this case, you would get in the form of NLS tokens based on the price of NLS. So it's 11%. It's 11%. So it's at the end of the year, it's $110. But NLS rewards are distributed twice a day. So it depends on the price of NLS at that moment.
I understood.
How much tokens you.
Yeah. For example, after 1 week, I come, push the button claim, and can sell it immediately on your protocol, or I need to go somewhere.
Claiming is only for the NLS tokens. The USDC rewards accrue to your position. So you see your position just going up $1,000 to $1,001, etc.
I claim only Nolus. USDC is going to my bag becoming bigger when I claim it.
Exactly. We have an in-app swap feature that you could use to swap those NLS tokens if you want to, or you could again transfer them out to, let's say, Osmosis or Astroport and swap them there. It's this swap feature is simply a convenience for the users, so that they do not have to transfer out their assets to their assets, whether it be NLS or some other assets, to swap them on the DEX.
When I trying to borrow, so I have $1,000, I put it on Nolus, and how much I can borrow approximately? Around 600?
You can borrow up to 1,500, 150% above what you provide.
This is absolutely incredible. Okay, and when I I put 1,000 and I can take 1,500 US dollars, right?
Yes.
After that, how much I should pay, for example, tomorrow, after 1 week, how much money I should put to the Nolus to take care about my borrowing? How does it work? Can you explain it like I'm 5?
Yes. So once you take out this loan, you basically owe interest on that. So borrowers, like, they pay interest, and in the case of Nolus, it's a bit different to compare to let's say Aave compound. There, on Aave compound, your interest simply accrues to the position. On Nolus, you owe that interest once every 18 days. It's currently this is like a parameter defined by governments. So once every 18 days, you pay this accrued interest for that period.
How can I do it? I need to prepare some money, or if I don't have money on my account, you just take it from my 1,000. For me, it's a little bit difficult to understand what exactly should I do to prepare everything, because maybe I'm going to the, I don't know, to the jungle, or hiking, or to the I don't know, to Nepal, for example. Yeah, so I need to be sure what I should do, what I should prepare, and Nolus will take everything what he needs.
First of all, like right now, we have like this 0% interest, like I said, for new positions. So you don't need to like do anything. You don't pay like interest until the end of October, I believe, was the initiative. But usually, like without this initiative, so if you simply open your position, and do not pay like after those 18 days that gone past, then this like old interest would be, let's say it's like you have took $2,500 in your like position. The asset like has appreciated in value, so it's like the total amount is now 3,000 in the position, and you owe $2. So from those $3,000, $2 would get taken out from the whole position and would go to as interest automatically if you do not do anything. If you decide to pay your interest manually, for now we do not have like an automatic feature for that. But we plan on introducing so-called Nolus Watcher, which would allow the users to give allowances to Nolus. Let's say you have like a spare $100 in your wallet that you can use for interest repayments, and Nolus will be able to do that automatically, deducting from your position.
What I'm talking about? When approximately?
It's planned for this year.
I understood. Who is your competitors in Cosmos, and how you think why you better than them, or maybe why are better than you?
So I would say like competitors in Cosmos, like our other, let's say, lending markets, like let's say Mars or Yumi, or simply there are protocols that also have like lending markets like ourselves. So they also offer, let's say, USDC as a lending option. We offer as well. But yeah, it's in our case it's different. Let's say it's a different use case compared to Mars or Yumi. They are more or less, they have like the same functioning idea as Aave and Compound in the EVM world. So they're when you borrow there, you borrow less than what you provide, and you can those assets arrive in your wallet, and from there on you can do what you want with them. With Nolus, you have like a clear use case for borrowing, which is more conservative leverage with higher exposure with a lower risk of liquidation. So you're basically gaining more exposure on a specific asset, so to speak, with a lower liquidation.
I interviewed Mars 2 or 3 months ago, and Mars is now moving away from just be lending, and they are trying to add some leverage trading. Will you offer anything else to your user?
In our case, we are pretty close to. So we have in the latest smart contract release, we have finalized the short position. So users would be able to like open short positions on those and bet on the price of the asset going down. That would allow like a bi-directional market exposure on given assets. But we intend to continue with this like conservative leverage approach again. Borrowers being like able to borrow to like 150% of their provided deposit. So yeah, that's like a feature that we are looking forward to bringing out in the UI. That's what we are currently working on actively, and it will be coming up really soon, weeks time.
Okay, but let's talk about NFT army. So I think it's just my thoughts. Yeah, I'm not push you to do some a lot of cool collections, and you can integrate them into DeFi. Will allow new users to bring new users and add more value to the collections with the NFTs. Do you think in this side or not?
We've already seen like the cool benefits that let's say Buyback, for example, they have the NFTs basically kind of they have this their own they come with their own community, so you can pretty much target like more unique users that way. To like you give airdrops to those to given NFT community. That is like something that gets I guess brought more attention to those larger scope like collections in Cosmos. But yeah, like we also like have some plans in terms of NFTs and benefits that could be tied to DeFi protocols.
Can I lend, for example, in near future my NFT, for example, from my collection, from bed kits, from slots?
Problem with that is like is for the fungibility or so the NFTs are like non-fungible tokens, so it's like harder to liquidate it, and for that, like it's harder for DeFi protocols to simply offer in a like meaningful way for the users this functionality to kind of lend and borrow against your NFT. It kind of usually comes with like large caps in like loan to value. So like NFT is let's say worth 10,000, you can borrow at most like 1,000, such that you don't like endanger the system. Or it's they usually do it like from what I've seen in terms of like bits. So you can have the bits for that NFT, which are usually much which are usually significantly lower than the floor price currently.
For example, Nolus create the NFT collections, and if you hold NFT from Nolus, you get not like 11%, but you get like 13%. Or it could be like you don't need your NFT collections, you just take some like slots, made scientists or my collection up, like your thoughts about it.
Yeah, you're just making like a peek in the future. It's this is what I was referring to earlier in terms of plans for NFT collection. So yeah, you're right. That's something that's really exciting to kind of have own an NFT that gives you like direct benefits for DeFi protocol like ours. So that's something that's on our radar. Yes, but we'll be like sharing more info later down.
I'm talking with many developers, and they just trying to bring more users, and they always forget about NFT communities. They just don't think in this side, and it's simple as for me. But I'm not push. I'm just share my thoughts about.
Yeah, of course.
If you would like, I can share my thoughts how to improve Nolus. If you want, I can share it.
Of course.
As for me, I just wrote it. You as developers often offer some cool features and forget that users are mostly not traders, and there are not so many traders on the market. And if they are, they trade on other platforms, and like Livana, for example. And you could explain on other people examples how exactly they earn money or lose money. So my idea is you should, for example, do monthly videos with video explanations with your comments, something like, look at this example and here is how he made money. Now let's look at this one and look at exactly how he lost money. And now look at this example. In this normal landing page, his position would have been closed. But on Nolus, as we can see, his position still alive. If you do like this on pure English, like you explain your power and do it regularly, month by month, with video examples, as for me, you will bring more users. But you should understand difference between text and video. If you do video, you will see more users. This is my point of view.
Point taken. Yes, I agree that with learning by example, like seeing, it's much better than like writing it down. You can like the users read it. Like you can learn much more by direct showcasing. So I guess we could need some like more live demo examples, like short ones. Also because we don't want to like spend too much like time to showcase a lot of features that people could get like lost along the way. Something like short and simple with greater count.
Maybe you don't need to do it. You just can ask your community to do it, because a lot of people use Nolus, as you said, around 500 people. Just give them the correct task, what to do, and say, please make video and share. For example, for the first top 3 places, like $100, $200, they will do content for you. It's easy, and you will add it on the Nolus YouTube. I don't know. Do you have YouTube on Nolus or no?
Yes, we have YouTube, but it's like
that's all for today. And I have community, so if you need help from my community, just tell me how can I help you. Maybe you have some special task, have good team, I like your product, and I'm checking what is going on with Nolus from the beginning. And I think you created a good platform where can people just lend money and some interest. So I wish you good luck. I think everything will be okay. Just try to speak on language of your audience and your new audience. Just users who just knew about crypto like yesterday, and you will bring more people. I think that's all for today. Thank you for coming.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
You too.